Zod is a TypeScript-first schema validation library. An advantage that TypeScript adds is that while TypeScript validates your types at type level or compile time only, Zod validates your type values at both type level and at runtime level while your app is being run. So your types are still validated even after transpiling your TypeScript code to vanilla JavaScript. To understand how Zod works, we are going to set up form validation for this register form component built with React. All form values are stored in this state variable every time they change. We will validate the data when the form is submitted in this handle submit function. The first thing we need to do is set up a user schema with the username, email, and password fields. We use Zod's object schema for this with z.object. We can then add a username field to the object. Username is a string, so we use z.string schema. String schemas also have validation methods like min and max, so we can make sure the string has a minimum of 3 characters and a maximum of 20 characters. We can also specify the error messages that will be returned if the username field is not set or is not a string. For the email field, we still use a string schema with an email validator that will make sure the string is a valid email address. We do the same thing for the password and confirm password fields. To use this schema in our form submit handler, we pass the submitted form values to the schema using the savePass method from our schema. This method returns a success boolean that will be true if the validation succeeds and false if it fails. Also, an error object will be added if the validation fails. For error handling, we can set up an error state variable and read down the error object to set the error message state. In our form JSX, we check for error messages and display below the input elements if they exist. With that, our form has validation powered by Zod. The form shows error messages whenever validation fails. Another great feature of Zod is we can also add extra validation rules by hand. Let's say we want to make sure the password and confirm password fields are equal. We can add a super refined method to our schema that will compare the two fields and add an error message if they don't match. We use the add issue method to add an error message that will apply to the confirm password field. If we enter different passwords for the two fields, we'll see an error message display. That should be all for this introduction. You can find a link to the code used in this video in the description. Thanks for watching.